playoffs.
Yeah, so Carolina lost this game, right?
Yep.
It was 14-16. Bryce Young, 266 yards, did his thing. To Terry McMillan, he did his thing. Uh, but they lost that game. But because they lost that game, but Atlanta won, now they're in the playoffs. So here's my thing going into the playoffs. How aggressive are they going to get? Because what was I seeing? They had 19 total rushing yards against Tampa. They're going to have to find a way to kind of let Rico Dowell either get more carries, even if he's not getting that many rushing yards, or they're going to have to find better schemes or open up some holes and open up some runs because you can't allow for Bryce Young to just sit back there and try to throw the ball several times. Only because of the fact that even though they have great receivers and stuff like that, it's not that big of a guy. And so he's the type, just like how you have your Aaron Rodgers, your Tua Tagovailoas. It's like, what do you mean by them? Get the ball out of his hands quick. He needs quick schemes. And so what does that mean? You need a Terry McMillan, but you need a little bit more of a Jimmy Horn in there whenever you can. Get him more involved in quick catch and go type of plays. Stuff where you can get the ball out of Bryce Young's hand because Bryce Young is very effective with what you call it, not consistency, but with not a fast paced type of offense, but he's capable with what am I trying to say?
Methodical?
No, not methodical. It's gonna come to me real quick.
Steady?
Tempo offense.
Tempo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tempo offense. He's so much better with tempo offense. So you need to have Rico Dowell get the ball more so that way you can actually contribute more play action. That's all I got to say about them.
No, absolutely, man. I think set your quarterbacks up for success, quite honestly. And I was going to say rookie quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, but any quarterback really. I mean, once you get more experience, you get a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, making your reads and your check downs is different. But early on, the best friend to a quarterback is a fast and shifty slot guy and a tight end with sure hands and can get separation from a linebacker. You give that young quarterback a tight end and a shifty slot guy over anything else because he may not have the time in the pocket to really get to Terry McMillan that involved as much as he could get him involved. And the fact that he's having a great years, neither here nor there. I'm not really speaking specifically on that, but you're right. I would like to see Jimmy Horn just because of his skill set. Maybe not because he might not be better than whoever's in front of him, but just having that small, shifty guy who can get just that much separation on those linebackers as a quick bailout. Once he 1, 2, 3, do something with the ball. He know he can count on somebody streaking across. You know what I mean? Like a Percy Harvin, you know what I mean? Something like that. Wes Welker.
Exactly what I was
Wes Welker, Amendola, you know what I mean? We can go down the list of guys who just like that in the slot. But a lot of guys have a guy on the team. They just don't use him like that. Like, I would like to see Devontae Turpin use a lot more at the number 3. You know what I mean? He may not be better than Tolbert or the other guys that are in front of him or Fournori, but put him in the slot more often. He will be a best friend of Dak Prescott with how fast he is because the linebackers cannot move that quickly. And so if he's running around with you, you always got a nice little bailout, boom, 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 and we see the best to have it, which is Tom Brady and the Wes Welker and all that other type of stuff, right? But anyway, I agree. I think the best Carolina football we saw was when they were running that pill. And we're looking at it like, dang, he had 200 yards, he had 100 yards. We're looking at every week, and they're winning. And so I think a lot of times what offensive coordinators do is they move on a little too fast away from the game plan. You see the opposite out in Detroit. They move a little too slow away from the game plan. Sometimes if what they're doing ain't working, they stick with it a little too long to try to win that close game and then maybe lose that close game. But I think sometimes early on, they might try to run in the first quarter. If it ain't going now, we're sitting here putting the ball in youngsters' hands for 3 downs. You see what I'm saying? Give them tempo. Keep running the ball. Keep the defense. Even if they score. If you're not down 2 scores, keep the same thing, the main thing, the same thing. Now, once that really stops working, now, because all it takes a seam, it takes one block, it takes one gap, it takes just a guy slipping, it takes one little thing for something to bang. Give an opportunity to marinate. You know what I mean? Give an opportunity to wear them down a little bit. We see how they coming off, see their stunts and schematics, and they make those changes. But anyway,
yeah,
I like to see what they do in the playoffs. They're going to make some adjustments, but they got potential.
Yeah, they have a lot of potential. They're going to have to get, because when you think about Bryce Young, he can definitely improvise, super, super well, but it needs to be, it needs to be structured. So if they can get Rico Dowell, get the ball,
give him the ball
more, even if it's an open space, even if you have sometimes
Chuba too.
put Jimmy back there sometimes.
Come
Now,
on.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying let him go in between tackles,
No,
but at least have a few more gadget plays and then just him coming around the corner.
absolutely.
Sometimes they have him in motion. He comes around, either a play fake or they actually give him the football. They should actually have it where you fake it to the fullback, flip it out
Flip it out to Jimmy.
Flip out to Jimmy.
Absolutely.
See if he can use a little bit of speed there. Sometimes I always see Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean? Green 18, boom. As soon as he gets the ball, he throws it maybe about 6 yards. 6 yards right here to his slot receiver, lets him get to
Let them
work.
do what they do.
So, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of A-Rod, man, we'll shoot it up, man. We had a tough game yesterday for Baltimore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They try to stick to the run with Derrick Henry, and they did actually pretty good in the first half as far as sticking with Derrick Henry. He had
That's a big
100
one,
yards
yeah.
rushing. He broke some good tackles. He had some great runs. I think what changed, first, I want to say I'm so proud of Lamar for running the football and running at full speed.
And running it hard.
And running it hard and getting it out of his psyche, because I feel like that was needed. And I feel like the best is yet to come for Lamar after, like, going into the offseason. I feel like he feels very confident because he came out healthy and he got to be able to get to top speed, even if it was for like 20 yards, but to feel himself feel healthy.
Yep.
And take a few hits and get up and feel
It's big
good.
for your confidence.
It's big for his confidence. But what happened is something also shifted. As soon as he actually ran the football, I feel like they shifted because it was 2nd and 7 on one of those series. They took Derrick Henry out, but they took Derrick Henry out only for Lamar to still have a QB run, a naturally designed QB run. I feel like that's where they messed up.
Why would they do that?
You overabused your superpower, which was Lamar Jackson. You should have stick to the ground and pound. It's like, well, Lamar can run too. It's a different type of running. It's a different type of intimidation. It's a different type of wear and tear on the defense with Lamar Jackson versus Derrick Henry. If you want to use your superpower, you allow for the resource to charge the superpower. The resource is Derrick Henry. Once Derrick Henry charges, that's whenever you allow for the superpower to take over, and that's Lamar Jackson. They should have waited to do that into the fourth quarter while still giving the appeal to Derrick Henry. What happens now is you put Lamar in a situation where he doesn't have anybody back there as a decoy, and everyone knows Lamar gets the ball. So now you have another still, 3rd and 6. Lamar ain't getting no yards. So now Lamar's forced to throw 3 and out. Boom. The more you have 3 and outs, the less that you can use your resource, and that's Derrick Henry, because the other team is still coming with it. So Aaron Rodgers did a good job of just doing what he was supposed to do, get rid of the football. The same thing that you applied against Cleveland, you pretty much did against Baltimore. Yep. Get rid of the football. He got rid of the football. He got into his weapons, and they did their thing. And this is all without DK Metcalf. And then shout out to Adam Thielen. Okay, he actually stepped up and he looked like his old self.
I mean, Adam Thielen.
Or Thielen, yeah.
Has looked pretty good always. I don't really understand why he hasn't gotten the opportunity.
Just one of those things, as a player gets older, they feel like they need to go to newer weapons. But he put them in a contributive position where now they get into the playoffs. Now Houston has to go to Pittsburgh, which is great. Now they're riding a very good high right now when it comes to wins and losses, and just being able to just be successful pretty much on every drive and every possession on defense and stuff, and it looks good. But they live to fight another week. And so now they're at home. They're going to be healthy. I don't know if DK is going to come back, but if he is coming back after suspension, he's actually getting to play into the playoffs now. Pittsburgh now turns themselves into a dangerous team. But hey, shout out to Baltimore for doing what they can. But it was just one of those things. As soon as you eliminate Derrick Henry, you lost yourself. You had the game plan and you went away with it just a little bit. As soon as Lamar ran, that's when everything messed up. And it's like, well, you want Lamar to run. Yeah, true. But you also don't want to continue to keep doing design runs just because you're happy he's healthy. Allow for him to be healthy and use Derrick Henry. That's a coach's fault. That's not a Lamar fault. Because even at the end of the game, he still led them down for another touchdown. Lamar made some great throws.
He made some big plays.
Great
throws.
Some big plays.
Big
plays, bro.
Put the ball on the money.
Did, man. And so it was great. But the strategy when you're going against that type of team, even though it was great, it just still sucked because you had to eliminate one of your main resources. I hate that.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
But why? Here's the thing. Why? Why? It pains me. It pains me week to week. It pains me when I see it. Sometimes they don't do it. Sometimes they do it. But this is when a lot of the pressure falls on the coach's shoulders. You. If the outcome doesn't swing your way, it's risky. It's almost like Steph Curry when he shoots. It's a bad shot until he makes it, and then once he makes it all the time, you're like, okay, that's just his shot. And so it's like, yeah, it looks good if you win, but if you don't win, then it just is such a blaring like spike sticking up. But just like, why get Derrick Henry uninvolved as often as they do when he's such a pivotal piece, and if not just a piece, then a decoy. That's the biggest word I can take from that whole thing. Like, allow him to be the decoy, allow the defense to guess, because it's a game of inches. If you can make me hesitate, sometimes that's all you need just to stop me from getting you. And so it's like, if you can make the defense through a play action to Derrick Henry have to that little step up to honor it, like, oh snap, put it in his gut. Now he goes up the middle, roll out. Now if they jump on that, okay.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you're gonna have some guys you gotta respect if Derrick Henry get the ball. And that little hesitation frees it up for Lamar. But if you got another guy in there, now the defense is like, okay, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Let me get ready just in case Lamar keep. You know what I mean? Yes. They're too smart these days, and it kind of sucks it didn't swing their way. But shout out to Pittsburgh, man. They're figuring out a way to win and play some good football. Man. Yeah, Pittsburgh figured out a way, dog.
They figured out a way because I'll tell you this.
They scrap and scrap.
Yeah, I brought up all of that about Derrick Henry and Lamar and just however the players are getting brought into the game because of the fact that they put their rookie kicker in a situation where he could have won that game.
He could have won it.
He could have won it, but it was just one of those things that was a Justin Tucker moment. It's unfortunate you ain't got that veteran with you no more. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Longhorns. But it's unfortunate that you ain't got that veteran no more because in a playoff, this is pretty much a playoff game anyway. That rookie, I was glad to see Coach Harbaugh actually go up to him after the game, walk with him into the locker room like it's going to be okay, kid. You're good. Because it's tough. I know people are like, man, it's a short field goal. You right there. I think it was like on 23-yard line or something like that. But, it happens, bro. Pressure. It's tough.
We're all human, but.
Yeah, we're all human.
That's what you get paid for.
Yep, and like you said, Pittsburgh found a way. Because, boy, did you see Coach Tomlin? He was like,
yeah, they find a way, man. They found a way to get into them playoffs, bro. Mm-hmm. And they're not who you want to see when it comes game for game. Mm-mm. Like 1-for-1, you don't want to see Pittsburgh, especially if you get DK back. And they got Adam Thielen. They've been sleeping on Adam Thielen. He produced at Carolina. He went to the Vikings, and they moved him down to the 4th on the depth chart. You know what I mean? I thought he went to the Vikings to help out J.J. McCarthy and actually be involved and help out Jefferson when Addison was down. They didn't really use him. You know what I'm saying? But he was doing well at Carolina until they wanted to give the youngsters more playing time. They didn't bench him because he wasn't producing. They benched him because they wanted to give Cocker and Tetura and the other guys, Leggett and
Jalen
Horn, all them. They wanted to get him boys. Yeah. And he took a mentor role, but it's good. And now they got that weapon because he's a sure hands type of guy. He's like he's like a play the slot.
DeAndre.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, D-Hop, like. That's a dangerous weapon for A-Rod because A-Rod knows where to put it to where the defense can't get it. And so
talking about on a line too.
And all he needs
every time, bro.
And that's all he needs is a guy with sure hands. Mm-hmm. He don't need a lot. You ain't got to be the fastest. You just got to be able to catch that rock. And that's one thing that a lot of them other receivers that Steelers Pittsburgh ain't been doing, which catching that rock and dropping it. DK been making some tough catches.
Yeah,
but the other jokers, man, it's just like they're tough catches, but they're catches that A-Rod needs you to make because you really wasn't open. Really, the only place I could have put it was way up over here. So I need you to get that with your tips. And now he got him a guy.
Unpopular take right here.
Man, I don't see that.
I really think that Pittsburgh is going to be one of the more dangerous teams going into the playoffs outside of Houston.
Yes,
even though they have to play each other right now, I think whoever wins that is going to be a pure pest for any team, including the Bills, trying to get to that Super Bowl in the AFC.
Some ugly ass games.
It's gonna be some ugly games, but it's gonna be some games where everything's gonna have to be precise. Because I was like, well, what's going on right now in the NFL that you're seeing? Teams are getting beat with the opposing's minds, not with skill set, because everyone's good. Well, what do you mean? Have you seen Matthew Stafford lately? 45 touchdowns. I think he got maybe 8 interceptions. That's it for the year. Then you see how they're looking right now. And then I was thinking, oh, who else? Seattle. Well, it's not the mind yet. It is because the mind of the way they're running their system. The system is they don't fleet from their system for like so Seattle plays
Exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, they don't fleet from who they are. They run the ball and then they allow for a veteran quarterback with Sam Darnold to be able to fish it out to your Jackson Smith and Jigwas. You know what I mean? But like this game, I was all like, well, how do they win this game? Running the ball and swarming defense. They pretty much was just bringing four pass rushes the whole time. The times they had 5 pass rushes, don't worry. San Fran had 5 blockers. It wasn't nothing that was out the ordinary. It was just the fact that they was just more aggressive than San Fran. And San Fran got a damn good football team.
They got a good football team.
You know, so I'm looking at that. I was like, well, what you have is Cooper Kupp is sitting there, and he's like a Adam
He's
Thielen.
another one, Adam Thielen,
just sure hands.
Sure hands. You need a
know
third down.
He got you. You almost forget Cooper Kupp sitting up in there. Cooper Kupp's like, you know what? I'm not trying to end up to be a Super Bowl MVP because we have a great defense. We have a great running game. We have great offensive line. And that offensive line holds up to be able to allow for Sam to do his thing and to get it out to us. Don't worry. If you double Jackson Smith and Jigba, don't worry. I'll be open. I'll be there.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I'm going to catch that thing, too.
Gonna catch that thing, bro. So
people forget that Cooper Kupp was once the best to do it. And so was Adam Thielen. He was once the best to do it, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at one upon a time, them jokers was unstoppable. So, you know, they can if they can give you a game, shoot, when there nobody else is answering the call, them the type of guys that'll give you a game.
There's a switch that comes on with players like that.
They'll give you a game.
No matter what, yeah, you said they'll give you a game. So whenever all that anxiety with everybody else, that actually turns them on where they're on fire. And they're like, oh, no, y'all tripping? Yeah,
it's my turn.
It's my turn.
Oh, you got double team. You got double. Okay.
Good.
My turn.
It's my turn.
Beep. Got my mom and grandma watching the game. You mess around.
Hey
man, they young.
Half the time when people think they done lost they groove and stuff, no, they just been double and triple so much their numbers go down because people got all this film on them. It's not because they're not good anymore.
No.
So because whenever they get older in age, they're like, well, because we can always draft and all that kind of stuff. Okay, they go to prospective teams, but that's the reason why when they go to prospective teams, that's why they're competing and then they're at the highest of the highs with these teams that are going to the playoffs at a strong clip. For example, your boy that came from Green Bay, and now he's out there. He's at wide receiver with the LA Rams right now. I'm trying to think of Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just little details like that, and it's like, and then for all that talk, I mean, even DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, he still was put in a position with a really, really good offensive weapons style with Baltimore, but that's something where they're going to have to figure out. We're going to have to figure out some plans off season, but enough about them. It's all good.
Speaking of, the other team you mentioned a couple of times out there in Houston, they just beat Indianapolis. And Indianapolis just beat up a little bit. They're trying to figure out what they're doing at quarterback. That youngster they got at quarterback actually pretty good. And I like the fact that they're giving him a little more run towards the end of the season. I know Flack can get it done, but it's good because the youngster looks pretty solid. He looks like he just needs a little more experience up on his belt, learn some things, but he looks like he's got the talent and skill set.
Him and Alec Pierce.
Looks poised.
He had a 70-yard bomb to Alec Pierce. I think like a 54-yard to Alec Pierce. It's almost like they had a natural connection in that game.
Alec Pierce is nice.
Yeah.
They've got some nice receivers.
Yeah, they do.
It just depends on how often they can spread their ball around. But you got Pittman still out there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Alec Pierce. You got Jay Downs that's still out there. He went number 1 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't know how they choose to get these guys involved. But to your point, go ahead. Yeah, Alec Pierce is nice.
Yeah, man. I was like, when I was watching Riley Leonard, I was like, everyone's looking to draft quarterback because it's the trend, it's the new thing, it's the new thing. Sometimes you gotta groom the dogs that you already got inside the house. And so when it comes to the Colts, they may have found a dog they can groom.
They might have.
I mean, he's just a baby himself. I mean, he's just as young as Shador and Jackson Dart and all the rest of them anyway. And it's like, and you saw the production that he did, and he wasn't afraid to get the ball down the field. Yeah, he had a couple of tip balls and forced fumbles, stuff like that.
Happen.
It's your first game.
Nothing. I
mean, that's just the way it is. Your first game is going to be like that. But what I saw, I was very impressed, especially because you're going against Houston's number 1 defense. Now, what threw me off is the fact that Houston's secondary was getting a little exposed in this game.
Yeah, man.
That was one of those things where it was like, okay, y'all better wake up because y'all may have been exposed a little bit where teams is going to be like, we don't know if you just took it for granted because they didn't have a quarterback and y'all wouldn't cover it.
Probably.
Or you really y'all really was like that, but we sure enough gonna test the waters. So what I'm looking at is, well, then again, I don't think Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't think Houston will allow for Pittsburgh to test the waters. They're gonna bring the house at A-Rod, but
It's one of those things, man. Like
never know.
you look for a reason to take a little break.
Mhm.
You know, I'm take a step back a little bit. You know, so if you got Indianapolis coming in before the playoffs, they ain't got no quarterback, and who they got is Flack. You ain't heard much noise about none of them receivers. You're probably like, all right. And then they hit you for a couple tubs, and you out there playing that soft defense, and he run right by you, and you like, oh, this boy got wheels. He nice.
Yeah.
Well, Indianapolis, they ain't bad. I bet if you talk to them secondary after the game, they be like, yeah, Indianapolis ain't bad.
Low key, the Colts should.
They got some players.
The Colts got enough talent to win about 12, 13 games, just like Denver. They have the skills. They just was kind of. It was just kind of up and down. I mean,
shit. Daniel Jones got
hurt.
He had it going.
He
had it going. He was saying and he was going to keep it going. Bro. Hey, they was rolling early on, man. Shout out to Houston for pulling that out. That defense is crazy. And then your boy.
Can we talk about my boy?
QB Shador? Does just enough. He just enough. CJ Stroud does just enough. He didn't have Nico, you know, his main running back, and Mixon been hurt all year. And they figure out a way to get it done. You know, just enough with that defense. And a lot of times, that's all you need to be able to do is just enough. When you got a dominant defense, just do just enough to win the game, not lose the game. And that's what we saw Shador do yesterday. He did just enough. And a lot of times, that's all you ask for. Do just enough. Hey, it's been close all game. We need to make sure that we close this one out, put us in good position. We need you to convert 3 times. Come on, man, get it rolling. And he boop, 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 boop. Made some critical decisions there down towards the stretch. You know, the game was what it was, but I really like the decision making he made towards the end and put him in position so they can go ahead and pull that one out. But anyway, yeah. Talk to me about your boy Shador in Cleveland out there. Your boy Miles broke that record, like you said.
Man, he did, dog. I'm so happy for him. I know that, you know, he could have, you know, we said it was going to be around that 23.
Yeah.
I was really hoping he could have got one more sack that game just to kind of solidify.
Throw the narrative off.
A little space to hold that record because, you know, there's so much talent these days, man. People coming for that record, bro. Like, everyone's coming for that. There's so many great D linemen in the league. And the thing is that they're not even in their primes like Myles Garrett. So it's all rolling through. But anyways, though, yeah, you know, Shador started off the game, had a little fumble. I know he was in his head. He was in his head in this game a lot, but I get it because it's like there's so much that's happened this year. And trying to finish strong, it's hard not to hear all the hoop and chatter about what they're going to do at quarterback. And it's hard to not fall into the alignment of, man, my O-line is self-sabotaging my skill to show what I can do because they don't want to hold up blocks. And so little details, he got a little careless with the ball because I know he was in between thinking to run and throw. Somebody knocked it out, whatever. But I like the fact that his defense kept responding. Like, the defense kept responding. You know, you had a play where this is what I like.
Crazy.
I love how – so obviously Cincinnati, they scored the following possession, right? And anyways, though, so when Cincinnati gets the ball, Shador ended up having a situation where he ended up turning the ball over, right? What I like is the fact that it also shows that people are human. What I mean by that is Joe Burrow gets the ball in Cleveland's red zone. That was a pick six. It happens.
It happens.
Deflated or deflected footballs. It happens.
It happens.
People have to understand that these are the best pass rushers in the world. So every quarterback
in the world, Craig.
I don't care if you are a tall quarterback, right, a short quarterback. And this even is for the grace period for Dylan Gabriel, too, because I want to throw that out there out of respect that it don't matter if you're tall or short, the ball's going to get batted. That's just part of the game.
Right.
And so when I think about the greatest of the greats and him having that situation that gifted Cleveland that score. And so that happened. And then also there was a time when Joe Burrow got the ball back. He threw it to number 86. Who was that? Noah Fant.
Tight end.
Yeah, he threw it to the tight end, bro.
Popped it out before
his knee hit out, bro. And then DB ran it back for a touchdown. So it's like, okay, cool.
Defense was balling.
So that number 27 got him a nice little easy tub. So that put everything in a great position. Now it's like, well, what was Shador doing? Well, he didn't necessarily put them all the time in position where they could score touchdowns, but there was a time where he did throw a touchdown pass and boy dropped it. I saw that. I think it was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so that happens. It's like, all right, that last drive it says so much about who he is. Because the thing is, not everything was going the greatest. You know, they get a couple first downs, but then they get a couple penalties. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff happens. But they still was just grinding out that game. In that division, it's going to be like that a lot. None of those games, you never really just blow a team out, not in that division. So it was unfortunate it was like that, but it was fortunate the way he closed that game because he threw it to Isaiah Bond. I knew that him and Isaiah Bond was going to click because Isaiah Bond was a speedster in Texas. Isaiah Bond is top 3-round talent, period. But he had some circumstances where he didn't get drafted. He had to go undrafted, but it's all good. But as far as talent wise, he's a 1 or 2.
He's been catching the balls too, yeah.
Yeah, that's because he has the talent. And so the thing is, he didn't have Hornet or he didn't have Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin wasn't up in there. Obviously your running backs ain't there. They've been hurt, and so all of that to say that even with Isaiah Bond and with Jerry Jeudy making a clutch catch at the end of the game too to put them in position to be able to kick a field goal, that's the kind of stuff where you know that's chemistry because he done found his 2 dogs. He found his dog in Isaiah Bond, and he's forced him to reignite the fire in the dog who forgot that he was a dog in Jerry Jeudy. And so that's just one of those things going into the offseason. You actually got to keep Jerry Jeudy on the squad. I know people going to probably not like that take, but you need to keep him on the squad because of the fact that now Shedeur has found some chemistry, so you have to allow for him to nurture his 2 chemistry dogs. Isaiah Bond, Jerry Jeudy. Still go draft a wide receiver.
Oh yeah,
I know
that's a tough one, man.
I know it's a tough one.
I think you let Jerry Jeudy find another branch.
If you let Jerry
find another branch to go and land on,
and if you let Jerry Jeudy go find another branch, then you got to bring in another veteran receiver. And the only reason why I say that is because there's not too many veteran receivers to go get that are still in their youthful.
How about this?
Talk to me.
How about I think that if you give Shedeur
because I feel everybody. I can see everybody being like, "What? Jerry Jeudy gotta go."
Listen.
You need to watch Jerry Jeudy in practice. He wasn't even trying to catch the ball in the cold in practice, bro. I know, but it's just the chemistry thing, bro.
See, poor Jerry Jeudy. He posted something on Twitter, and the comments were just flaming him up. He didn't even ask for all that. Mm-hmm. They just waiting to talk shit to him, right? And I mean, that comes with a superstar, like anybody that was on the Lakers roster with LeBron, right? You're on a spotlight, so anything you do or don't do is going to be magnified. Jerry Jeudy's now on that spotlight because he's got, you know what I mean, the same type of attention that a superstar brings without being in the league that long. So everything he does or doesn't do is going to be magnified. So everybody couldn't wait to fire him up. But no, man, I think that's what you do. I think you have a talent at quarterback. I think stop all the games. 2025 season is over with. You let your coach go. Kevin Stefanski got fired. Okay. Now you're starting to retool. The main issue is Shedeur has shown you he can throw it to 9 or 10 different guys to get the job done. Okay. If you give him time, you're giving this guy 2 and 3 and 4 seconds, and he's got to hop around the pocket like a hot potato and launch the ball to a guy that we've never even heard of, that you just elevated off of the doggone practice squad, meaning one of the third-level tight ends that he threw to 4 times in the game before that helped them solidify the victory. Like, he's doing it with less. And poor Jerry Jeudy hasn't really helped. He's almost hurt as much as he's helped because a couple of them difficult, challenging catches or lack thereof were like costly. And so if you're going to be that number one guy and come with a lot of the energy that you come with, and he had I'm not going to talk negative. We know who Jerry Jeudy is, to your point. I know what you're looking at. We know what he's capable of. But for me, some guys, you see, I'm not saying you're a bad player, but it's like for what we're trying to develop here, you may not be the best fit right here for what we're doing. You know what I mean? You might be a better fit somewhere else, but not for what we got going on. I don't know if you're the best fit. You see what I'm saying? Because, he's still bobbling. And I'll tell you, yesterday was, man, even when he turned around and handed it to him,
yeah,
and he caught that last one at the end. I was like, bro, he got to figure out what's going on with his hands.
It's
man.
one of those things where it's
Focus
like
something.
a couple of things that I look at. Here's why I say this before you decide to just part ways with him. Is you're gonna need an offensive line. Okay, so you're gonna have to go get some draft picks at the offensive line first. But the thing that's tough is it's either you're gonna trade in the offseason and get you some offensive linemen that are experienced, so that way you can draft
I would.
a top wide receiver number
would.
one and probably get
1,000%.
like maybe what's that, Carnell Tate from Ohio State. If you can
That's what I'm saying.
get him and let him be the number one.
Yeah.
But you still got to bring in a veteran receiver. Why? Because a rookie's still a rookie, and when it comes to being
plenty of veterans are going to be available, bro.
I'm about to say
plenty of better veterans.
And you got to have that, because the thing is that when I think about having to get a rookie wide receiver, that rookie wide receiver also needs to be intelligent, not just talented. He needs to be intelligent enough to understand spacing on the field.
Come on, man.
Understand whenever there's blitzes are coming that you are hot.
And effort.
Every single play.
Effort.
Yes.
That's what you see out of youngster Bond, because he's hungry. He want the ball. Please, man. I can't mess up opportunity if it come my way.
Yes.
I got to make a name for myself. Mm-hmm. So anytime he's scrambling and need to improvise, he launched that thing. That joker running.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Some of them other guys, we ain't got time for that. You're like, I wish you well. I hope you success over there, but we need people who still hungry, or at least got the mentality of humility to like be a team guy. You know, just do it for the team.
I think Cleveland gonna have fun this offseason.
I don't think so too.
I think they're gonna have fun because I feel like now since Stefanski has been fired, but they've kept Andrew Berry. It's like when people are confused because it's like that's a dynamic.
We thought that they were,
and it's like no, not necessarily, because Andrew Berry, like this may have been the best rookie class. It is the best.
They got a hell of a rookie class, bro.
Because I was about to say, because they linebacker, I forgot what his name is, but he came from UCLA. But he is actually going to be probably defensive rookie of the year. So you got him. We already seen what Quinshon Judkins did. We already seen what Harold Fannin did. We seen with Mason Graham, the defensive tackle, how he developed and how he got stronger and stronger, got in rotation with the defense and been doing his thing.
Come on, you got the sack leader on
you
your
got
team.
Dylan Sampson. You see how he's been doing at the other running back position. You see Isaiah Bond, and that was an undrafted free agent that you decided to take a chance on.
Got hands
and you struck gold.
Effort.
So you have all them, and then I think even Leverdan or something like that. I think he just rookie himself, undrafted, a rookie free agent, something like that. The point is that even if they're undrafted rookie free agents plus a draft pick, you all clearly Barry know how to find talent. Clearly he knows talent. And so when I'm looking at that, I think you just need the personality coach to match it. So we'll see what they do. I don't know if it'll be, the coach from Miami. I don't know. I've been hearing rumors that coach from Miami may be, possibly a coach there. Who knows? Maybe they get John Gruden. I mean, who knows? I don't.
The young coach from Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you bring him in.
I would love that, because you need a creative mind. And you need somebody that can work with him that's creative mind.
I would love that.
Yeah.
He might be a great fit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Youth and like explosive dynamics on offense. Yeah. He might be a great fit for that. Yeah. And he'd be the change-up that they need.
I wonder what they're going to do when it comes to, how when running backs get hurt with a serious injury, I wonder if they're going to still try to get her back, probably maybe third, fourth round. But when it comes to right now, they should be having fun and licking their chops when it comes to how many different offensive skill set players that they can get from round to round, and see if maybe they can get a couple of them per round. Meaning you may have to trade your 6th and 7th, or not your 6th, 7th, but maybe your 5th or 6th pick for the 2027. See if you can move up in maybe the 3rd round and get to, you know what I'm saying? See if you can do that, because they're not too far behind. They're kind of like they're a few pieces away, because what happened is you've had your leading tight end. They lead the tight ends on Cleveland, a rookie. Your leading rusher, rookie. Your leading passer, rookie. Your leading tackler, dang near at linebacker position, rookie. These are all rookies that are leading Cleveland Browns.
Vets. Yeah, you got top vets over there, man. I mean,
so
I think you build around that offensive line. You bring in some more offensive dynamic weapons. I think you're set at the tight end position. Definitely think you need to scramble that wide receiver core, big time. I don't think they are scary walking into next season with the same lineup.
They're gonna need about 4.
They can probably need to reshuffle the whole jump. And
don't pay anybody unless you get that one secure veteran. like I mean, I already said it, but I just made me think about like a Cooper Cup.
Right.
Adam
Exactly.
Thielen.
You D-Hop. Like these guys that's
D-Hop.
floating around, you know what I mean? Maybe bring
Those.
Kareem Hunt back or something like that. Like,
Those.
yeah, bring Kareem Hunt back to put in with Junkins, you know, keep Sampson. I don't know what you do, but just they've been smart so far. And I think them firing Stefanski for whatever reason or another is a good signal that they're looking to make big change and they're looking to like do something special now.
There won't be no sabotaging. There won't be no delays, because if you bring in another coach, regardless, even if a coach gets, you know, like a coach within already gets, you know, obviously, you know, selected to be the head coach, you know, there won't be no self-sabotage if you know Shador's going to be a quarterback, because now you know the motion is, the hyper-focus is going to be on building around him.
Exactly.
It won't be no, because people got to understand what he did this year was still absolutely phenomenal for a person who hasn't got any play snaps with any.
Are you kidding me?
And his first time throwing to Jerry Jeudy was in a game. He never threw to him in a practice.
And this is to
or
your
at least from reports.
And this to your point about keeping Jerry Jeudy as the number one. I'm not opposed to that either. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just calling a spade from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But to your point, and there's just an effort aspect of it, like, but maybe Jerry's one of those people where he has to feel like there's hope. Maybe he's one of those guys that we all play ball with that when we're losing, their whole attitude is just like, you know what I mean? Now, if we up, they mess around and put 40. You know what I mean? They mess around going off, but then we lose it. So maybe he's one of those guys that needs an offseason with his quarterback. You know what I mean? And maybe they can develop a relationship that, hey, man, if you ain't got to go out, you can have a Jeudy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give you the best he got because he believes in who he was getting the ball from. Maybe the best thrower of the football he's played with so far. And he understands, like, you're going to have to move like this, and this is how I operate. It's where I expect you to be. You know, if a guy's on your back tail, I'm going to fan it out because I'm going to put you in position to catch that and be able to run. You're going to have to be willing and ready to go after and get that gear. So maybe because he didn't have an offseason with none of these guys.
That's what I'm saying.
And you give them an offseason because they got talent. We said that from the jump street before the season. We were like, kids are a sleeper because they really got talent. Yeah. Even Tillman, who only got one pass, he was a hell of a weapon. He's a big guy.
Yeah, Sergio Tillman was, bro.
He's a big guy. You might want to keep him around just because he's a big guy. Put him on a different route package or something that's, you know, more in line with his skill set. But anyway.
Shador skipped the preseason and he skipped.
That's a good point.
He skipped the preseason, he skipped the regular season, he got thrown into the playoffs.
You got to tool them with that offensive line, though.
He skipped the preseason and he skipped the regular season and he got thrown into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. What do I mean by that? He skipped the preseason because he wasn't getting no reps.
No reps.
He skipped the regular season because he wasn't ever getting no playing time. And he got jumped straight into the playoffs, meaning mindset-wise, he got a onslaught of talented teams that he had to play against.
Back to back.
Without no type of studying or research or nothing. I don't even know what plays y'all running with the first group. So that means I'm starting literally from scratch and getting thrown into a game. And what he did, the kind of plays that he made during that, that's something that you just are not going to find in any other national quarterback that's never played. When I think about your Riley Leonards and stuff like that, they may not got playing time. I'm pretty sure they didn't get self-sabotaged like freaking Shador in this aspect, because Shador was the type where he just wasn't really he was getting kind of sheltered. He's getting sheltered to not expose how good he really is. And I know this offseason, once he gets that, he gets that chemistry, because you know he's gonna be having them boys at Sanders Ranch.
Come on, man.
Hey, we collabing. Because the thing is, the chemistry that he had in Colorado was because of all that extra time that he had with his receivers. It wasn't just because Shador is just talented. No, he actually sat down and actually was practicing with his receiver.
You think they're gonna bring in Coach Prime?
I was trying not to say that, dog. I was trying.